Hi guys, and this is going to probably be, maybe, I'm not sure. I can't promise because when I say that, then somebody else usually joins the house. I had an impulse buy. As you know, I have 4 Real Care 2 pluses. Excuse me. And, excuse me again. And a Real Care 3. And I really like the 3. I mean, I still like my 2 pluses, but I do like my 3 now that I figured out the software, and hopefully I'm getting the other product soon to make her work. I found another fantastic deal on a Real Care 3. Although it's somebody I already have. It is a Hispanic boy. You probably can't see that. I won't move you. He is practically brand new. He is missing his sleeper and onesie, and then I'm going to buy the, oh, what's it called? The outdoor coat or whatever they call it with him. But he was made on January 18th, so he's a little over a year old. But in terms of buying babies on the secondhand market, that's practically new. And sometimes buying them from the company, you're still getting that old of baby. He came with, still new in the package, a Real Care blanket. He has his one diaper. He has a diaper on, you can see. He's got a charger with IDs in it. Looks like he has his student care card. And he has one of the little boxy thingies to keep his head in place. So I need to take him out. Sorry, that. I need the diaper. Those in. I'm going to take out one ID. I know that I will need. And the rest is going to go back in the box. I have that port charger. And really, I don't need all my babies on at once. So, I'm going to take him out of his plastic. Kind of get a good look at him. Like I said, he is a 3, so his outfit has the little ID up here. There's one in the pants as well, or there should be. Oh, I got his pant, or the blanket out of the way. I can't even talk. That looks like I need to fix that. That's not going to be a big deal. Bracelet needs a little fixing, but that's okay. I thought I saw my cat behind me, but I didn't. Actually, I'll probably put that bracelet in there for now. Take off of his clothes just to get kind of a good look at him. Well, I guess it was my cat. Now he was behind me. I can feel his tail thumping. So, he looks to be in pretty good shape. He's a little bit dirty, but that's nothing that a little washing won't do. So, he's got his sleeper. And are these the correct pants? Yep. And there's the tag in the pants. That's kind of always the guess factor, especially with buying the 3s, because I saw one listed that it was a 3, and see, he's a Real Care baby 3. It was listed as a 3, but the outfit was not a 3. They had put pants with it. And he does have a number 1 on his foot, but that shouldn't be too much. And they've got the yellow diaper on him. So yeah, seems to be in pretty good shape. Where is the wipes? I am going to wipe him down quickly, as long as I've got you guys on here. I'm just using regular baby wipes. I'm just going to give him a good wipe down. I'm going to leave his diaper area for now. But yeah, he looks to be in very good shape. And even some of the one is coming off with the white, but can do the acne treatment with it, with him. And after I get him wiped down, I am going to charge him up and get him tested to see if he's working. And yeah, can't think of really anything to talk about right now. It is just, it's been crazy. And I think everybody, it's been crazy. And I was just going to do a little update about the friend situation. It had been brought to my attention a few weeks ago that somebody had made a comment that was not very nice on the video about losing a friend. And it turned out it was that friend's supposedly only friend that they kept telling me when I had talked to them on the phone earlier this year. And basically saying you shouldn't be telling anybody what to post on Facebook or on their own Facebook page, and that you shouldn't be making this video, which, even as Crystal pointed out, is very hypocritical. You know, it was kind of humorous that they're basically chastising me for being upset over what this, well, now kind of ex-friend had posted on Facebook, which was very damaging to the autism community. Yet, in my own video on my own YouTube channel, which I don't even post this on my Facebook channel, my YouTube channel. I have my YouTube page for this channel, but on my private page, I don't post anything doll related. That is more just like friends and family. I do have dolly friends on my Facebook page, but that's as far as I go. I don't post pictures really of my dolls. If there are some on there, it's probably my American Girl dolls, and those are few and far between. I don't think I might have a picture here or there of like my daughter with one of my dolls, but other than that, I don't post pictures of my babies. I don't post about my my YouTube channel on my private page. Like I said, I post, like, if I post stuff, it's either in my neonate baby think it over group, or it's on my page for the channel. So I know that this ex-friend is still in the neonate group, so I'm sure she's followed my channel, found the video, showed it to her friend, and then her friend came in and just started chewing me out, which, once again, is very hypocritical. And also, I mean, I just found it kind of hilarious because it was so hypocritical. Well, then the ex-friend, after this happened, finally contacted me like 2 weeks after the incident, almost 2 weeks after the incident happened. And once again was just making excuses. And kept, well, this was going on, this was going on, this was going on, this was going on, this was going on. Okay, yeah, but all of that stuff was going on after I politely asked you the first time and explained to you why it was so damaging. And at one point, she finally did kind of sort of say I'm sorry, but then still followed up with some more excuses. And to me, it's hard to take an apology if you're going to follow up with excuses for me. It's very hard. To me, that's I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like, if I do something, like, if I accidentally trip my daughter, I'm not going to say, sorry I tripped you, but you were in my way. Like, that's putting all the blame on her when I was the one that tripped her. So anyways, it just kind of got left at that. Well, then a few days later, the third friend, because it was on my one friend's page that this was posted, Crystal was defending me against the lunatic. Well, then after I had removed the friend, like unfriended her, I can't remember if it was the lunatic or another person started attacking again for a third day in a row. So at this point, it started on Monday, or my friend posted it on Sunday. Her and I chatted about it. I honestly thought it was removed at the point her and I started talking in Messenger. I thought that's why she moved it to the Messenger. Monday, the lunatic started attacking. Monday night, Crystal started defending me, so then the lunatic attacked Crystal and myself. Tuesday, the lunatic continued to attack Crystal and myself. And that's when I once again made a plea to the friend on the post again to please remove the post. And then I also messaged the friend, which I never got a response from that day. And hours later, Crystal finally messaged her about it. And then on, what would it have been? Wednesday, the post was still up. And another, I don't know if it was another person or the same lunatic started attacking again. And a mutual friend of all three of ours, the ex-friend, Crystal's and mine, came on and started defending myself again. Because the person was posting, like, medical books that were over 10 years old and quoting them. And it's like, you can't, if you're going to start using that kind of stuff, you need to use actual current factual data. So the third friend defended me, and anyways, after the ex-friend contacted me, and I really didn't say much because of, to me, like I said, it felt like a lack of an apology. It was more of a, I'm saying I'm sorry to appease you. It was kind of how I felt. Because it was followed up with other excuses on why it was that way. And then they got mad because I didn't call or text. And the problem with that was, okay, one of your excuses was the reason why you didn't see my message on Facebook was because your phone, you lost your charger, your phone was dying, you were making a bunch of phone calls and texting a bunch of people. And you were Facebooking, messaging a bunch of people. So how am I going to get through, like, if on Facebook, so I was basically supposed to start harassing you to get this taken care of? So anyways, like I said, it just felt like a lot of excuses, so I just left it at that. A few days later, the third mutual friend, or the other mutual friend, messages me on Facebook and says, have you talked to ex-friend? And I'm like, what? And she's like, well, she messaged me and was kind of trying to figure out what's going on, and she feels horribly bad, and she just wishes you would talk to her. And I go, I did talk to her. I engaged with her like 2 or 3 days ago for about an hour, and I go, I can show you the chats. Crystal's seen the chats. And you can see, basically, I got a lot of long messages that a lot of it was rambling and the same excuses repeated. I go, so I did talk to her, and she goes, oh, well, when she was talking to me, she made it sound like you refused to talk to her. And I'm like, no, I didn't refuse to talk to her. At this point, I'm not taking an apology that's not feeling like an apology. And she's like, oh, okay. So her and I talked a little bit. And, you know, I feel bad about this. But she also made the comment to the ex-friend, you know, you need to start doing research before you start posting stuff on Facebook. And just because you see one video, you see one article, you see one this or see one that, doesn't make it factual. Do a little bit of more digging before you post it, or say, oh, I felt bad because. And she goes, because you're just going to keep winding up in this loop, and you're going to get stuck in this loop of, you're just going to get stuck because it's just going to repeatedly happen. And that's all she told me about with their conversation. And the irony of that was, the very next day, she posted some article and tagged Crystal in on it. And the article was about some psychic medium was claiming that some dead person on the beyond had contacted them and told them that there was the reason why people are getting lupus and these autoimmune diseases is because of the monovirus. And Crystal's reading this, and Crystal's just shaking her head because she's like, first of all, there is some research backing the idea that lupus may be triggered by some viruses, but that doesn't make lupus is caused by the virus. And that lupus is pretty much, they're thinking, a hereditary genetic illness that if you get certain viruses, it'll trigger it. Or if there's some sort of molecular trauma in your body, it'll trigger it. So where that Crystal admits was factual, the whole idea about the psychic medium and that it was the monovirus. And when Crystal pointed that out, she gets all upset saying, oh, well, I'm just trying to be helpful, and, don't look at the psychic medium thing, the whole monovirus thing. And Crystal goes, first of all, it's still moot and point, because to me, and I agree with Crystal with this, if you have to throw out one part of a paper to make a point, then the whole paper is invalid. That's like my son had an OT test and the OT did it incorrectly. Or one section of the test was done incorrectly. That made the whole test invalid, because without the one point of it, you can't figure the numbers correctly. Well, how can I look into this paper written by a psychic medium and just completely forget the fact that there's a psychic medium? So, and I mean, Crystal was like, you need to watch what you're posting. This is kind of damaging to you. This doesn't help you in any way. And Crystal was trying to explain that to her, and it was almost like she was getting mad at Crystal at this point. And this was the very next day after our mutual friend had told her, maybe you need to start looking into things before you start posting them. So that's kind of the update with the friend as of now. I don't know. I mean, I feel bad. I want to be friends with her, but at this point, I still have not got a straight out just, I'm sorry it happened. I still keep getting the, I'm sorry, this was so out of character for her. She's a Christian woman. I've never seen her act this way. One of her excuses for her was, I can't remember how she worded it. Basically, that the words got lost in translation and I was reading them wrong. And I cannot read the words when you say you're a bad mother and I know more about your child than you do. There's no way to misread that. That's straight out what you're typing to me. There's no way around that. So, like I said, at this point, she seems to be siding with there's another one that's come out that seems to be just as loony as the first one. With her illness, do I believe that this is an illness? Yes. I do believe it is, because I have had some similar symptoms to it, so I'm not doubting that part of it, but just to the depth that she's going into some of this, I'm sorry, I don't believe it's that much in these people that she's surrounding herself because of this illness that are attacking her longtime friends. The one lady was attacking Crystal after Crystal was trying to tell Tammy, this is not helpful, this is damaging, and when she kept going, well, I thought it was interesting because I'd never heard anything like this, and then Crystal's made the point. There's a reason why you've never heard any of this, because it's not true. And then I guess this lady came in and started attacking Crystal. And it's just, you know, up until these people, there was never attacking on this friend's page. Like, she had posted something that was not helpful in the past. And if somebody called her on it and said, I mean, she posts conspiracy theory stuff and people call her on that too. But it's one thing to post like conspiracy theory stuff versus like uneducated medical advice. So there's that. And I know this video got way too long. So I hope you enjoyed my box opening of this little guy. I haven't named him yet, so I have to think on that. But I will see you all later. Bye.